What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the WARFRAME video. So, I am very, very proud of almost all of you. We did it. We voted with our wallets. We peacefully protested. We got the Regal Aya new microtransaction currency. We got it to be less terrible. Yes, it's entirely on us. We're going to talk about today, hopefully the last Regal Aya video on the channel ever, where we talk about how DE has basically, in their words, done the impossible and added platinum to the Regal Aya new microtransaction currency bundles. They said a couple days ago, if you watched the previous video from like yesterday technically, they said, oh, we can't do it. Maybe next time we'll add Aya to this stuff. Just get over it pretty much. You're going to have to wait. And if it's impossible for them to add platinum, I was pretty much saying it's impossible for you to buy your bundle in the first place. So we're going to go over what they changed. Let's get some gameplay on the screen on the normal Aya farming from like the previous video yesterday. And honestly, guys, I'm just so proud of the community. We did it. We didn't cave. I know not everyone felt that way. I had a guy in my Twitch chat yesterday trying to say it's not a ripoff. It's not legally a ripoff. It's expensive. And it's like, dude, you're getting less than before. How's that not a ripoff? But let's get into it and show how this has changed. Now, we're going to start off with just showing these bundles, the before and the after. Well, not the before, but this is the after. This is what these bundles are like now. So, you know, before you would pay 20 bucks, you get these 3 Regal Ayas, let you pick from the Prime Unvaulting, whatever you can get with 3 Regal Ayas, maybe the Dakra Prime and a Sigil or whatever. They have now changed it where you get 200 Platinum in addition for the same exact price. Same money going in, pretty much the same amount of stuff as the previous unvaulting packs that you get for purchasing this. And it goes for, like, you know, 200 platinum for the low one, 400 platinum for the middle one, and then 1200 platinum for the whale bundle of 15 Regal Ayas, which 15 Regal Ayas actually can get you a good amount of stuff here, as long as you're not buying these big bundles. So like 10 Regal Aya for the big double pack. But if you're just like piecemealing some of the accessories here and there, 15 Regal Aya actually can give you a big selection of things. Not that I would actually still recommend this to you, even though you are getting 1200 platinum. If you're trying to specifically get platinum, don't buy this still. Just buy Prime Access. Even though Prime Access is like, what, like 140 bucks. You get like 4,000 platinum from Prime Access. This is 80 bucks for 1200. You're pretty much just buying it for the Regal Aya. The platinum being there, it's like 50 bucks worth of platinum, technically, if you don't account any discounts or anything like that. This is still like, you know, it's better than before at least. I still wouldn't recommend it actively. So, all right, let's go over what they changed specifically and the reasoning for it and why you are the best, all right? Why you are the best. You are my friend today. I like you. WARFRAME community. Good job. We did it, and now this sets the stage for going forward. We have control, and we are not going to let things go past ever again. We will be watching even closer because you've lied to us 4 times in a row. All right, so let's go over this. Same person who made the announcement the last couple of times on the Regal Aya. Let's read this all verbatim so there's no confusion, no smoke and mirrors. It's what they said. Tenno, building a new economy is tough, despite Prime Resurgence being a best-selling Vault debut. It's only been out for 24 hours and it's the best-selling? Geez, those old ones must have not sold very many at all. We are making changes to what was introduced yesterday in the Regal Aya packs by adding platinum. The changes we are making are a result of what you want and to see from us as a developer and what we want for ourselves. Good monetization. Look at that. We did it. They said right there, we did it. The WARFRAME community put their foot down, put their wallet down, said, not happening. I see what you did there. You basically said it was 1-to-1 value proposition. Changed that, and then said it's close enough. Next said it's impossible to add plat to these bundles because of contractual obligations. Next day, literally 24 hours later, there's plat in those bundles. They lied again. Am I going too far calling it a lie if they literally said it was impossible or it was like a logistical nightmare and they did it less than a day later? I don't think that's that's not like ridiculous to say they were lying because they were. They said it was a 1-to-1 comparison. Maybe negligence? I'm going to call it a lie. And we will be watching very, very eagle-eye closely from now on. Not like we weren't doing that before, but even more now that we know you will repeatedly lie. One post to the next. Impossible. Close enough value. 1-to-1 value. Oh, we did it. let's keep going here. So the next paragraph here. Our intentions were always good monetization, but we have some learnings. Is learnings even a word? I guess it is. We'd like to share regarding intention and execution when building an adjacent economy. So they're pretty much saying this is separate from Plat. This economy is separate from Plat. I guess it's technically true. I don't know why you make it so convoluted. I'm sure they have their reasons. We understand that some players valued most in the prior vault packs was platinum. We stand by our initial reasoning that Regal Aya was a good value for players interested in flexibility, but we now better understand what other factors our players considered when making purchase decisions. This value of players' purchase flexibility was justified by the sales, as this is our best debut to date. I don't know. I feel like that might be another lie. It's only been out for one day, and you're saying it's the best debut to date? Maybe people were just like super burnt out on the old Prime Access bundles. I don't know. It doesn't seem appropriate to me, but hey, you know what? I don't have the data, the behind-the-scenes stuff. But that honestly doesn't matter if there's still a misalignment between us and the players who want to support us. Yeah, I'd say so. This was definitely a blight on the community, and it was very hard to find anyone saying anything positive about Regal Aya, to be honest. Like I said, I had a couple dudes in my Twitch chat who were just like, you just don't like... Actually, that guy wasn't even defending. He was just saying it wasn't a scam, but he still wouldn't buy it because he doesn't think it's a good value. All right, moving on. We want platinum, said many. But these aren't platinum packs, we'd think. Same price, though. We don't want this event, which is aimed towards improving the unvaulting system, to be held back by our misstep on pack value and our rigid, but well-intentioned, thinking in separating the Regal Aya and platinum currencies. So we have to change coming. I don't know if I agree with thinking it's a well-intentioned. Their reasoning was, it would be weird if you bought Regal Aya and got platinum with it. That's the reason we have, huh? I could write my college thesis on that for sure. It was weird to get both if you bought one. That's some truly, that's world-defining views right there. Honestly, put that on a t-shirt. I could sell it to everyone. Buying one transaction, confuse it to the other. Man, you are good. All right, let's just keep going on here. So we don't want... Okay, platinum will be included in the Regal Aya packs. It will be retroactively given to those who have already purchased and added in as soon as possible for future purchases. But by the time you watch this video, guys, all of the platinum from people that already bought the Regal Aya... You're my bad list, by the way, if you bought it before they added it. You will have your platinum if you decide to buy this before they actually made it worth the money somewhat. All right, so if you bought we already looked at this. The tiny one, 2 hundo, middle one, 4 hundo, big one, 12 hundo. Keep in mind, 1200 plat can buy you pretty much a ton of stuff. So, yeah. These values were chosen to closely match the Prime Vault, while also accounting for the fact that these are repurchasable, whereas Prime Vaults are not. If you are buying multiple 15 Regal Aya bundles, I can link my PayPal in the description, okay? The technical limitations related to how our offers are shown in different marketplaces are still in play for how a player will know they receive this plat. But we will solve this over the coming months. So in many ways, it's an invisible addition until all our storefronts can be synchronized. Invisible in store, present in accounts that purchased. Is there any shred, any microscopic organism, small speck of doubt that I think that they were lying when they said that it was impossible to add plat? No, I think it was a complete lie. They did not want to, or the person making the announcement didn't have the authority to say, we're going to look into it. It was some dude in the finance department, the economy department, whatever. They had to approve it. They had to say, the community team had to go to whoever that dude is or dudette and say, oh, dude, the forums, dude, Twitch chat, everyone's calling it a scam. We're banning people all over the place. You need to do something right now. So at the time, they said it's literally impossible. It might have technically been impossible for that community manager to do it until they talked to the economy person, who, man, the economy person is terrible at their job, let me tell you. All right. We did not want the premium currencies to overlap, but players do because of the value of our prior Prime Vault offerings. We are opting to adjust our stance for the benefit of the community at large, who weighed in with perspective and feedback that considered all factors. Those who chose to be toxic will be able to participate in this change thanks solely to the constructive feedback that occurred. Toxicity is never tolerated or rewarded. I'm going to go ahead and say these previous bundles, that was pretty toxic of you, DE. So apparently you're allowed to be toxic, but we're not? Just sit there and take it, huh? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if there was not as much uproar about this, we would still be sitting here. No one will be buying your bundle. You should thank us. You should thank us for making this bringing this reckoning upon you, because if we didn't, you would be getting basically no cash. Why do you think they immediately changed it like this? Not only was there a massive backlash making them look terrible, I bet they're claiming the sales are super high. Of course, they can claim that they don't want to wreck early adopters, but you know what? They don't. They wreck early adopters all the time. Every update, it feels like. It's like, you grinded out the Railjack when it came out? Oh, we didn't realize how terrible that grind was, so we've actually reduced it by like 90%. So, yeah, you can have some Endo and a Forma. Yeah, thanks for your 15 hours of gameplay. Here's some Endo and a Forma. That's an exaggeration, of course, but it's pretty much every couple of updates, every big update, it's some massive grind reduction, some thing that people have invested big resources into gets nerfed, things like that. Yeah, they just say whatever they feel like if it fits their narrative. I personally feel like this was unacceptable, and apparently the entire community felt that way too, as it was a massive backlash. If you didn't know this, they were basically banning people all over the place in their Twitch chat because people were saying Regal Eye is a scam. They were banning people in game, like region chat and stuff like that, although those mods are pretty terrible anyway, so let's ban whoever they feel like. They were getting banned for saying Regal Eye is a scam. It was a massive, controversy. And honestly, I've been hearing that this forum post is extremely censored. We're talking people just saying like, oh, like, good thing that you listen to the community and stuff like that, getting their comments deleted and stuff. Because, I mean, sure you know this, the Warframe forums are the most censored place on the entire internet for Warframe feedback. If you value your time, honestly, just get a Twitter account and tweet directly at the devs. Because posting stuff on these forums is a waste of your time. It will get deleted. It will get merged. You name it. These are terrible forums. Honestly. All right, so that's pretty much going to be it, guys. We have a quick update from this person as well, where someone was saying, like, basically, calling them out, like I called them out earlier. So this is the transition of the lies right here. It's the same value into it's close enough, into we can't change it until next time, into we changed it. Look at that transition. From, just trying to like pull the wool over our eyes. Okay. We immediately notice because we have brains. We're not stupid. A lot of fully grown adults play this game. And we're paying attention. Into it's close enough. I mean, that's pretty much where it's like, okay, they just don't want to fix it. Into after respond to backlash, we can't change it until next time. Into, wow, that backlash was pretty bad, wasn't it, dude? We're changing it. So in response to that, they said, in all honesty, we are human and make very human mistakes. If you were ever wondering what the sausage-making process is like when it comes to development, this was absolutely it. Full frontal. So that's why I'm saying, it probably wasn't really on a community manager. Their job is to talk to us and, make Twitch streams and stuff. And give information the programming devs behind the scenes are saying like, oh, I decided to I've made Mesa's butt bigger. Please tell the community about that. I've made Baruch's lampshade helmet slightly smaller. I'm going to need that in the patch notes. That's their job. Their job is not to decide how much plat you get with the bundle. It's not to decide how many Regal Ayas cost for like the Mesa Prime and all that. That's not their job. Their job is to report and to listen, pretty much. But when they say this is how the sausage is made, that's pretty much them just saying, oh yeah, I had to lie pretty much. I was pretty much forced to lie here, which is why I don't really put any blame on them at all. Her saying it's how the sausage is made when being called out on a lie, that's not really, the reasoning and the logic's not really there in my opinion. And respond to the rest, basically just the script is out. If you bought the Regal Aya before you were supposed to, before before it was somewhat decent value, you get your platinum, and you're welcome. You're welcome for everyone that's actually, like trying to make the game better, not trying to get taken advantage of. We're gonna all say you're welcome, person that already bought Regal Aya. You should be ashamed of yourself, but hey, at least it's better now. And going forward, guys, I'd say we are in control. The Warframe community is in control. Now, of course, they could have chosen not to do this. But then, like I said, they would have definitely, I think that's factual to say, they would have made a lot less money as far as this event is concerned. Because I was never going to buy it. After they added Platinum, I'm like, okay, well, I'm still not going to buy it because you lied to me, but slightly less terrible now. And I'd say if we ever get any new monetization schemes, keep an eye out on it. Of course, here's the thing that a lot of people do ignore, is that Warframe has always been a very overpriced game. You look at these plat prices, it's like, whoa. Whoa, dude, like $250 for like a couple thousand platinum, like that's like like a month of groceries. Maybe not a month, but like that's like 4 triple A games. This is pretty ridiculous price. You look at some of the bundles, like the Kuva Lich bundle was like 800, 900 plat for a couple armor sets, some some color shaders, and I think like some Requiem mods. 900 plat for that. Like, this is an overpriced game. It's a free-to-play like MMO pretty much. And, if you've ever played like a Korean MMO like Black Desert Online, that stuff's overpriced, dude. Like, there's no real reason it should be that overpriced, but people want the stuff bad enough, they know people are going to pay it. So, I'd say that, it's a fragile time for DE. Think about it. We haven't had any big, like, spending updates recently. Like, how much plat could you spend on the Sister of Parvos update? I felt like it was not a very big, there was no, like, giganto, like, tenant lich bundle. There was no like, this is the new grind that's gonna make people spend a bunch of money. It was not a very monetized update. And if you look at the Deadlock Protocol, not a very monetized update. Same with the Railjack Call of Tempestari. I mean, you could pretty much buy Sevagoth, and if you didn't have a Railjack, you could buy a Railjack with plat. They added that. It's a very fragile time for DE. I'm wondering how their financials are actually looking. Because if you looked at last year, they were kind of stretching it out to make themselves look better, by separating Tennogen into 2 updates, on the first day of the month, the last day of the month, all that kind of stuff. And the new war, I'm guessing the new war is going to be really monetized. It should. I mean, they need their money. I'm not pretending like they don't need their money. But what if the new war flops? I think if the new war flops, we're actually going to have a full video on this eventually. If the new war flops, the game's done, dude. That's why a lot of people viewed it as a cash grab. It's like, okay, well, this is like a update we've been waiting years for, the new war, and a couple like weeks later, weeks earlier, we get a brand new unvaulting thing where everything's available, and the market for these primes crashes like really fast. But you can buy it really easily with money. Like that's kind of like the things rotating around. We're just like, okay, well, I'm taking this new account, I'm taking this new account. I feel like now that we know that we can actually make a change, it's actually shocking they did this, to be honest, with all the previous things that didn't feel like anything changed from War Backlash. This one hit him in the wallet, and that's why I think it actually changed, guys. They can claim it's the best-selling unvaulting of all time as much as they want, because, there are technically 16 frames in there. But at the end of the day, if the pulse of the community and the way the community is acting doesn't like this, we're going to make sure that either it's going to get changed or we're going to go find another game to play. Because remember, this stuff's expensive. You can only play one video game at a time. Well, maybe not entirely true. You can play like a mobile game on the side. You are choosing to spend your time in Warframe. I want to feel respected with my time in this game. I want to feel respected that my money I would spend on this game feels appropriate, And I know not everyone feels that way. Everyone's like, FIFA, buy the FIFA cards, all that kind of stuff. You buy the same Pokemon game every year. You can name any franchise pretty much has some small avenue of like scumminess to it. But as far as Warframe's concerned, the devs are not as bad as like EA, not as bad as like Ubisoft, all that kind of stuff. And that's why we're trying to keep them in check. That's why we're paying so much attention and being so passionate, adamant here, is we don't want the game to become in a worse spot. We don't want it to become a mobile game. Well, actually, I do want it to become a mobile game just so I can play it at work. But I don't want it to become a trashy mobile game where it's like pay $500 to speed up the foundry times for the rest of the game. Like, that kind of stuff would be terrible. And I could see that happening potentially if we don't keep them in check and, keep our ears to the ground. Alright guys, hopefully this was therapeutic and helpful to you. Thank you so much for all the backlash and for standing strong, for standing up for yourself, not letting people take advantage of you. Go you. I hope you have a great day. I hope everything works out for you. I hope that you get plenty of Aya. The Ghoul Bounty should still be here for a couple more days. I know you guys in console are waiting for it. Best of luck to you, and I hope that you have a great night. Take it easy. Peace.